Just the other day was the first day I ever heard of the day of Juneteenth, the actual day that the slaves were free. Well, when they set the phrase the slaves free, they didn't exactly tell them how to make it official. In other words, how to obtain your freedom papers. One thing we've been one thing that's been done to us is that we've been miseducated on our freedom. The passport is what I'm talking about today. The passport certifies your identity and your citizenship and entitles you to travel under protection of the United States government to and from foreign countries. Well, if you don't know what a word means, you don't know what the sentence is saying. If you don't know what the sentence is saying, you don't know what the paragraph is saying. If you don't know what the paragraph is saying, you don't know what the book is saying. So your comprehension level is on zero, which a lot of our comprehension level is on because they don't know what an American is. You're going through a third party to be an American. See, this is Virginia instrument. This is issued by Virginia. And by me letting them identify me, that labels me an Virginian. I'm a Virginian first and American second. By me having this, the passport card, that makes me an American first. Actually, this is your freedom paper. This certifies your identity and your citizenship. If you're not certified, you're going through a third party, such as states like Virginia, any of the states of the United States, you're going through a third party. So a lot of black folks out there, you don't have your freedom papers. That's the reason why you're being treated and disrespected the way you're being treated and disrespected. How they miseducating us is through synonyms, words that are different but have the same meaning. See, words that are different but have the same meaning. Well, a state also can be a nation or a country. So Virginia is a nation, Virginia is a country, and it's also a state. All three of them words have the same meaning. Look it up. So when they say to and from foreign countries, you automatically think that foreign country is overseas. Nah, each of these states were foreign to one another. Each of these states are foreign to one another. You know what I'm saying? Each of these countries are foreign to one another. So it don't just mean overseas. This is your freedom papers, black man. This is your freedom papers. Get your freedom papers. Stop letting them treat you on the state level. When you put this in their hand, you're putting the Virginia Constitution in their hand. When you put this in their hand, you're putting the supreme law of the land in their hand. The United States Constitution. And if there is a law, a state law, that's in conflict with the federal law supersedes it. So in other words, they don't count. This count. And see, a divided house cannot stand. While you're running around with Virginia identification, New York identification, Alabama, Mississippi, California, all these identifications, that's divided. all these different countries, all these different nations within the United States. It can be also called the United Countries, the United Nations. But we're divided. That's the reason why we can't stand in America, because we all are not free. We don't understand freedom. We don't understand it. We haven't been properly taught freedom. That's the reason why we can't take a stand, because we're divided. We're going through a third party because Virginia's a part of the United States. That makes you an American. You know what I'm saying? But you're a Virginian first. So this will be your primary constitution. That's the reason why when you go to court, they take you to General District Court. And then you lose. Then you got to appeal to the Circuit Court. And then you lose. Then you got to appeal to their Supreme Court. And then you lose. And then you go to the federal courts. You know what I'm saying? No. When you put this in the hand, you go straight to the federal courts. Straight to the federal courts, because you have a right to a jury trial amongst your peers. And all my peers got to be certified Americans. And the subject matter, 9 times out of 10, is freedom. You know what I'm saying? The claim or exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted to a crime. See, when you get this, you're claiming your constitutional rights. You're claiming your constitutional rights. And the claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime. And that's what they're doing. They're converting our constitutional rights into crimes. For instance, this entitles us to travel under protection of the United States government. Entitle. Define the word entitle. Gives us a legal right. So, like Kanye West said, today you do have a choice to either be free or to be a slave. To be free or to be a slave. Virginia was the last state to get rid of slavery. You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to be identified by them? Why would you want to be certified by them? Nah, get your certification, get your freedom papers. You know what I'm saying? Get your freedom papers, black man. And what I want to do, I want to encourage all the rich folks out there to run with me. All the black folks to run with me. You ain't got to be black. You got to understand that my people struggle to become free in this country. That doesn't determine your color. You got to be white, green, whatever. As long as you understand that our struggle is true. My grandfather was a POW, a prisoner of war. My father fought in 2 wars to protect, preserve, and defend this Constitution that we all supposed to be beneficiaries of. We're supposed to benefit from our ancestors putting their lives and their limbs on the line for us to have these rights. And one thing about Trump, when he ran for office, he understood systematic slavery. He understood the system has to be changed. There's a lot of things that are being changed. Let's not be sidetracked to what's going on, but with Trump. Let's get ourselves together and get our freedom papers together and stand on the federal level and stop standing on the state level. Stop standing on the state level. That's the only way we're going to really get our freedom. That's the reason why we're getting killed in the streets by the police. Because you're on the state level. And then you're crying for the federal to government to come in. When you already federal, but you won't get your federal papers. You won't get your federal papers. You won't get your freedom papers. These are the ones that protect you. The federal. You know what I'm saying? The feds. We are the feds. You know? So with that being said, you know, I just want everybody to understand, you know, because if you don't understand, we always going to be taken advantage of. I'm reaching out to all the black folks, white folks, Chinese folks. Don't make a difference. Everybody that got money that want to help but don't know how to help. You know, Kanye West, Kaepernick. The fight is in the federal courts. That's what we need to be fighting at. Just like Rosa Parks stood up in court for everybody, I want to stand up for everybody in federal court. It's already been adjudicated, already been settled in the federal court that we have a right to travel without a driver's license. That we have a right to travel without a driver's license. It's already been settled in a federal court. Do your research. It's already been adjudicated. You can look up the lawful path and get the same document, driver's license versus the right to travel. And they give you definitions of what a motor vehicle is. A motor vehicle, according to the federal terminology or definitions, states the distinction is made very clear in Title 18, United States Code 31. A motor vehicle means every description or other contrivance propelled or drawn by mechanical power and used for commercial purposes on the highways and the transportation of passengers or passengers and property. Used for commercial purposes means the carriage of persons or property for any fare, fee, rate, charge, or other considerations, or directly or indirectly in connection with any business or other undertaking intended for profit. That's what a motor vehicle is. An automobile is a vehicle that's used for private use. Everybody running around with their automobile, but they're registering their automobile with the Department of Motor Vehicles. And this is where the trick up comes at. This is where the disrespect, the fraudulent behavior comes at. When we take our automobile to the Department of Motor Vehicles and they register our automobile and give us regular tags, just as if someone else was using the road for gain, a motor vehicle. Registering as a motor vehicle. Registering as a motor vehicle, not an automobile. You know what I'm saying? That's fraud. Fraud, what constitutes fraud is labeling something that is not. You know what I'm saying? So by labeling our automobile a motor vehicle, it's fraud. But we don't know no better. Like I say, if you don't know the word, if you know the meaning of a word, you know, it can hurt you. And that's what's happening today. So what I'm doing, I've already done it. I've already canceled my contract with DMV, Department of Motor Vehicle. So what I want to do, so I've sent them a United States of America constitutional right to travel, judicial notice to travel privately without the requirements of a state driver's license. I sent them this with my passport. Let them know that I'm a federal citizen. And under federal terminology, I'm not in an automobile. I'm not in a motor vehicle. I'm in an automobile. I'm traveling privately. So you can't hold me to the standards of a license, a driver's license. And that's what's going. That's what we're falling short of today. And I also sent John Kerry a copy of everything. So John Kerry should have a copy of everything. You should have a copy of everything. I sent him a copy of everything. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get everybody, because it's going to take some money to go to federal court, And it's the United States against all the other states, against the Department of Motor Vehicle, Ain't no need to get mad, upset about it. Let's go to court. So Kaepernick, my number is right to travel. My email address is righttotravel@hotmail.com. RIGHTTOTRAVEL@hotmail.com. All the stars out there, all the Black Lives Matter people out there, you know what I'm saying? Contact me. The black lawyers, that's what we need, the black lawyers or any lawyers that understand the struggle of the black man trying to be free in America. See, the 13th Amendment freed the slaves. The 14th Amendment gave the same free slaves the right to citizenship. The 15th Amendment gave them same free slaves that became citizens the right to suffrage, the right to vote. The so-called Negroes had a right to vote ever since the 1800s. But they wasn't honoring the Constitution. They wasn't respecting our ancestors. It took Martin Luther King and others to march and say, look, we can read and we can comprehend. The 13th Amendment say we free. The 14th Amendment say we're citizens. And the 15th Amendment say we can vote. So let us vote. So we're going to march from here to Selma to wherever. But see, we don't have to march no more. We have to go to court for everybody, like Rosa Parks did. So Kanye West, even President Trump. See, President Trump, he know when he said America first, I just explained it to you. Why he say that? America first. America first. Everybody using the state that they from, identification, their cards. That's putting America second. See? Y'all get with me because I'm ready to roll. Peace and love.